Die! Have you uploaded your brain to the internet again?
No. Maybe you should ask for some maybe you should get someone you know that's a programmer to help you with that. Why didn't you get Scissor Man? I hear he's good with computers.
Kill, kill, kill. Okay, so we're back. The second half of the Invading Army arc. Yes, we know it's called that, but the name is fucking stupid. Hence why I just call it the Clone arc. And I effectively made this title also a Star Wars reference, because this one's Return of the Mod Soul, after the silliest Star Wars movie, because if there's one thing this half of the arc has, it's fucking silliness.
Oh, does it have silly dancing for like 10 minutes that has no point?
Actually, kind of.
Oh. Good on you.
Anyway, that's 328 to 342. So we last left off, Byakuya was fighting himself, as you do. Ichigo got put into the Precipice world by Inaba, who totally wasn't the main antag this whole time. Even though the first couple of episodes were like, man, who could it be?
They didn't beat around the bush.
And yeah, things are looking bleak. Yamamoto also had to retreat off screen from his fight with the 3 clones he was fighting, Shunsui, Ukitake, and Unohana. Anyway, first to address a couple of things from last time. Do I remember that one-off filler with Hitsugaya that kind of spat in the face of Bleach canonicity?
Yeah.
Yeah, someone asked who voiced Yosuke, you know, the Shota spirit that Hitsugaya was protecting. All he did was grunt. So I wouldn't bring it up. Ono from High Score Girl had more dialogue than him.
That's saying.
But okay. Also, one of the other things a preview explained this set that sadly makes sense is why Yoruichi didn't get a clone. You remember the preview, right, Dai?
Yeah.
Because... yeah, Inaba's like, I tried cloning her, but every single time she went through the Precipice world, when I went to get her reishi, she was in her cat form, so I kept cloning the stupid cat. And of course, Soifun's like, wait, that means there's a clone Yoruichi cat out there? Because of course. You know, as dumb as that preview is, and they're usually comedic, that actually does make sense. But okay, let's get to this. We've got a lot of stupidity to cover. So, Hitsugaya, who's severely injured after fighting 2 Momos, and Kendeavor, that is his official name now. Yes, we're listening to you all. It's a valid point. Came up with nicknames for everyone else who's lost their voice.
He couldn't think of one, so I had to do it this time.
Yeah, so we just combined Endeavor from My Hero with Kenpachi. Kendeavor, who's also injured after fighting himself, show up at Squad 12 to take on Inaba. So you know how we said Hitsugaya was injured? Yeah, he's not. I mean, clearly he's not. He acts in this fight like he's not hurt at all.
Neither does Kenpachi.
I mean, it's Kenpachi. He never acts like he's hurt. And you know that's true.
They act like they haven't been injured at all.
But to be honest, Hitsugaya and Kendeavor working together. That is one thing I'll give this arc. We've never really seen that before. It's also during this fight we find out Inaba's Zanpakuto's real ability isn't to manipulate time, it's to manipulate space. So he's basically able to record something by swinging his sword to the left, and then redirect it by swinging it to the right, or some shit. So basically when Hitsugaya attacks him, he can record that attack and then redirect it back at him. And, yeah. This fight was okay, I guess. Again, I mean, we actually get Hitsu and Kendeavor doing a thing. But as the battle goes on, Inaba starts getting the upper hand, and that's when the real Soifone, Yoruichi, Byakuya arrive. I know what you all are going to say. Wait, did it Byakuya? Wasn't he fighting his clone? And his clone had the upper hand because Byakuya was injured? Funny story about that. It flashes back to Byakuya fighting his clone, and he just goes Bankai and one-shots it.
Yep.
Why?
I'm sensing a theme here.
Anyway, before they can all gang up on Inaba, clone Shunsui, Ukitake, Kumamura, the dogman, Unohana, and Isane, and clone Mayuri all arrive to assist him. It's like, oh shit, we're outnumbered. Which means yes, Yamamoto lost off screen, like we were saying.
Or did he?
I guess they figured, well, he was already losing. I mean, it was a battle of attrition. You didn't need to see any more of it.
I'm starting to sense a theme with this arc. An unfortunate theme that started with Ichigo.
Well, we still got some cool stuff here. Firstly, the clone Mayuri, it turns out, was the real Mayuri the whole time as he stabs Inaba with a drug that makes him lose brain cells. Yeah. I mean, that checks out for Mayuri saying, did you really think that I wouldn't notice what you were doing this whole time? So, of course, I would pretend to be my clone. Which, why was he the only one to think of doing that? I mean, Byakuya could have easily killed his clone and then pretended to be the clone, right? And show up. I guess he's too proud to want to do a dishonorable attack like that, sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, we cut back to Urahara as he explains Ichigo is still alive! Are you guys surprised? As him and Ichigo's friends all go to the Precipice World to retrieve Ichigo. Meanwhile, Mayuri takes on Inaba and... yeah... he was already hit with the drug, so it's like, what the hell is this? Why am I hesitating? Because the drug makes you hesitate and overthink everything, as it erases your brain cells or something. But Inaba has a trick up his sleeve. He kills the Sane clone and... what, did he devour her mod soul pill or whatever the fuck it is?
No, you see, he spat out his mod soul and put hers into his and grew a new body. Because he can do that.
It's all really silly. So, yeah, he heals himself that way.
It's okay, it's gonna get dumber.
Oh, no, I know what you're waiting for. We still have a bit of ways to go before there. Trust me. So, it turns out Inaba was the one who found the mod soul data in the Precipice World, because it was hidden there for some reason. Why? Why did the Soul Society hide it there? I guess, well, I think the reason they gave is like, no one would ever look in the Precipice World, but isn't that where you exile criminals? So you hid classified data in a location where you exile... what? Sexual 46, you all are fucking idiots.
They are highly intelligible.
Well, Nozomi now tells everyone, because they got back to the world of the living or whatever, as Inaba also explains to people in the Soul Society at the same time, how he created mod souls! Which, okay, this arc does have a lot of issues, but tying it back into the actual lore of the series does work. I mean, I actually like that idea. Because the mod souls were something teased all the way back at the beginning that, if you remember, we were saying they should have done more with before moving on. So at least they're attempting something.
Unfortunately, they like to sweep things under the rug once they get bored with them, so it wasn't really the best handled.
Well, after expositing all of this, Inaba summons every clone, as they've all been revived. Clone Kendeavor, clone Hitsugaya, clone Byakuya, which means Dai, they addressed your complaint from last time where you said, why do you only clone Momo twice? I mean, you can't really get mad at it for that. Your wish was granted.
I wish it wasn't.
Anyway, and now the clones are much stronger than ever because their limit breakers were disabled or something. I don't know. Just roll with it. So, yeah. It's basically shows Soul Society, the real ones, are getting their asses kicked. And then it cuts to them going, oh my god, they died! They're all dead! Because, yes, in a filler arc, I'm sure all these main characters are going to die. You know, let's pretend that we don't know it's filler. So yes, they just killed off all those main characters at once, Dai. Can you believe it?
No, it's just too stupid.
I guess it was a good way to create tension, though, showing them lose like that. But anyways... So Koen's like, so is that why you didn't trust me, Nozomi? Because I was created by Inaba? And she's like, no, you weren't. And the reason I know this is because I was the first mod soul. Wait, so then who the fuck created Koen? You're saying he wasn't created by Inaba, then who did create Koen? Which, by the way, I don't think that's ever... That's not even answered either!
You were saying about tying it in, that comment simultaneously undid that.
Ark, come on. What? The only thing I get from this is they were planning to do something with that, and then Kubo found out. I was like, no! I might do something with Koen as a mod soul later and introduce his creator.
Spoiler alert. I
mean, he might. I haven't actually read the Bleach novels. Maybe that is something in there. I don't fucking know. Anyway. So, turns out Yamamoto and Unohana run to the world of the living and had to retreat as they saw everyone in Soul Society got their asses kicked. And Koen is depressed after hearing this. It's like, well, shit, I don't understand. Was I created by Inaba or not? And now that I know Nozomi's a mod soul, how am I supposed to react to that? I don't know why you'd react any differently, Koen, but sure. Also, Nozomi's now staying at Ichigo's house because they tell the story that she's homeless and needs a place to stay. And of course, it's Ichigo's dad, so he's like, oh my god, that story is so sad! That checks out. Also, why the hell have you done anything this arc, Ishin? We know you're a Soul Reaper now. Shouldn't they have come up with some reason to write you off this arc? Like say, oh, he's on a business trip in America or something.
No,
even the movie's got that, right?
This arc doesn't know what it wants to do, and you think it had that much foresight?
Well, anyway... Urahara explains how he figured she was a mod soul because she didn't really use Kido to heal Ichigo. She used another technique. Or some shit. I don't know.
Rehearing this, oh my god, it just sounds so dumb, as we're about to get to.
Well, Nozomi's wandering around alone at night, thinking of, I don't want to be a burden of people. Oh, hey, this hollow shows up. Maybe I should let the hollow kill me so I'm no longer a burden. Koen then shows up yelling at her, what are you doing, you idiot? You need to live. I'm going to protect you from this hollow, except not really. Oh shit, the hollow's going to kill me.
Because I'm a stuffed animal, what do you think was going to happen?
But in the instant that happens, Nozomi Zanpakuto awakens because her desire to protect Koen. And...
Oh, so her power's much different than the Soul Reaper's, huh?
Well, no, he said she's a different technique from Kido. Not that she was different from Soul Reapers. But...
I'm pretty sure it was Kido at this point.
Okay, so... Yeah, she ends up dispatching the hollow. She doesn't have a Shikai yet, though. It's just a normal sword for now, which didn't you say it just looks like Hanatero's just recolored?
No, that's when it's released.
Oh. Well, upon after awakening her Zanpakuto or forming it. Everyone decides to discuss what to do next in Ichigo's room again. Why the fuck is this their headquarters?
How big is his room? And where can I get one that size?
I don't know. So yeah, while they're discussing, like, okay, we should train Nozomi to awaken her Shikai, we cut to Inaba, and he's like, Kumamura, Hitsugaya, Byakuya, Kendeavor, you won't go to the world of the living to retrieve Nozomi. You also get Clone Byakuya talking to Inaba, asking, like, are you alright? Blah, blah, showing that they have some camaraderie or whatever, which I kind of wanted more of that. You barely get any scenes of Inaba interacting with the clones, you know, his own fucking army.
I'm sure it'll be fine. They'll listen to your comment in post.
Well, Ichigo and his friends decide to help Nozomi train, and Nozomi, it's not going so hot. Until Ikaku gives her a pep talk, because all the Soul Reapers are actually recovered now. I will give this arc that. I actually thought they were gone for the rest of the arc, but no, they're not. We actually do get them fighting again. So, I have to give it that, at least.
Well, he gives her a pep talk after everyone's saying, she should just go away already. We don't need her.
Yeah. He tells her basically, he's like, you want to fight? Well, then that's the case. If someone strikes you, you need to learn to strike back instead of being a pussy. More or less what he says. And after giving her this pep talk, all the clones arrive. So everyone goes off to face them while Ichigo decides to hang back and train with Nozomi. And Yumichika stays there to protect her too, I guess. And we get Ikaku versus Clone Kendeavor. Which, to be honest, this is probably one of the highlights of the arc. You get to see Ikaku use his Bankai on Kendeavor. And look, I don't think anyone was expecting Ikaku to actually win this fight. But still, it's one of the few times the arc does nice fan service for those who wanted to see that. Unless you've got anything else to say.
Yes.
Well...
And no, it's not just Ichigo trading her.
Yeah, Yumichika's here too, isn't it? And Chad and Uryu and
Rukia.
Rukia. Wait, did they really need 4 or 5 people to train her?
It's because of what her ability is and what she needed to do to awaken it.
Yeah, they had to strike her with a very powerful attack, i.e. Ichigo's Getsuga, to awaken her Shikai. Which, we find out what the ability is. It absorbs Reishi that's thrown at her, and she can redirect it.
And that's why all those people were needed, since they all projectile attacks.
Yeah. Well, she sets out to the battlefield, and yeah, Ikaku obviously got his ass kicked, even though he's in Bankai form. And Kendeavor's like, hey, that was kind of fun. But before he could deal the finishing blow, Nozomi arrives and redirects his attack back at him.
I'm pretty sure it's just the Getsuga.
Wait, what?
She had it stored up from.
Oh, that's what it was? Okay, okay.
Yeah, but now in its release form, it just looks like Hanatro's. But instead of a red line going up it, it's a green one.
We never saw Clone Hinataro. That would have been hilarious if he turned out to be a badass or something. Anyway, so while it's presumed Kendeavor clone is dead, fake Byakuya defeats Marechio. Which, honestly, this was kind of hilarious when he's like, ugh, this is so disgusting. I'm gonna have to disinfect and sanitize my Zanpakuto when I get back.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought that was great. And Renji and Rukia show up to take him on. Oh, hey, we're getting a unique fight. That's kind of cool. And Rangiku and the worthless one, I mean Tetsuzaimon, take on fake Kumamura. And Chad shows up to help them out too, I guess, during this.
Yeah,
and because it's
shit, but Chad.
And because it's fake Kumamura, he goes Bankai right at the start of the fight.
Man, you really can't tell the difference.
Meanwhile, Shuhei and Izuru take on fake Hitsugaya. Oh my god, why is Shuhei fighting Hitsugaya? I mean, at least we're getting... What?
Give you your fantasy.
So, yeah, those fights are all set up. It turns out Clone Kendeavor survived the attack, and Nozomi's a bit out of it since she's not used to her new power. So to buy time while she recovers, Yumichika decides to take on Clone Kendeavor, and... yeah, he's about to have a very bad day. And Nozomi's wandering around to each person's fight, thinking, maybe I could help, and they're all telling her, you're useless, get the hell out of here, Nozomi.
They're completely useless.
Also, the fight OST here, randomly enough, is a remix of Invasion. So, I guess we did get that.
Yeah, invade that club.
I mean, I get down to this. Sounds great.
I still want to know why. Was he just bored?
Hey, it's cool. I'm for it. Anyway, Hitsugaya ends up easily defeating Shuhei and Izuru, which I guess you could count this as one of the few times Izuru legit lost a fight. No, seriously, his loss ratio is really good.
But it wasn't even really concluded, so you can count it a no contest.
Yeah. As Hitsugaya decides to attack Nozomi, she deflects his full-powered attack, and Clone Hitsu is dead.
Probably.
Yeah. Pretty sure. Anyway... now here's a really silly line that made no sense to me during the Byakuya-Rukia fight.
Mm-hmm.
It's when Clone Byakuya says to Rukia and Renji, your crude attacks will have no effect on me. And Rukia legit says, my brother would never say such a thing. What? Have you met him?
No, she doesn't live in the same house as him or anything.
The fuck? That line made no sense.
Yeah, clearly the storyboarders for this have no idea.
Again, we can't blame them though, because that could have been a dub-only line as well. I'm not 100% certain.
It could have been either.
Yeah, so we'll just chop it up to silliness. Oh, also during this fight, Ichigo is losing his powers, as we see. He's struggling, and he's not a Gary Stu this time. You know, he's not one-shotting them. He can't.
I mean, there's only so much you can fuck up when the scene is her literally responding to what he said.
But hey, Uryu's finally arrived. What the fuck took him so long? He doesn't arrive till the fight's nearly over.
Yeah, it's not like he has a flash step or anything.
No, he has Hyoden Kyaku. It's completely different.
Yeah, it's as different as the other four. I got you.
Anyway, they come up with the idea to have everyone turn their attacks towards Nozomi to store up her Zanpakuto's ability so she can release it all at once. So, Rukia, Chad, everybody. Because fuck knows Chad's not going to be any use. This is his only moment to shine.
Oh, so what you're saying is this scene gets ripped off in something we're going to be covering soon, unfortunately.
Well, we'll see.
Why? Everyone's attacking her so she can store up the power and redirect it. Does that not sound like anything?
Hey, no, come on, we'll see later. But first, the attack is completely redirected, and it hits Clone Kendeavor, Kumamura, and Byakuya. And Clone Byakuya survives, while the other two, I'm pretty sure, are dead. There's a reason we keep saying pretty sure and probably. We'll get to that. Anyway, Clone Byakuya is about to release an ultimate attack when Yamamoto shows up and goes, "What, bitch? You're not Ichimaru?" And he kills him.
Yep, that's exactly how that scene plays out.
Although it also makes you wonder, Yamamoto didn't get involved this whole fucking time. What was he doing? Just sitting there doing nothing?
Watching, like a cock.
Anyway, Yamamoto's also a racist asshole towards mod souls. He gets into an argument with Kon and Ichigo about what to do with Nozomi, because she's a mod soul, therefore she doesn't have the right to live or whatever. And I mean...
Only to 180...
Oh, he 180s when he... Yeah, but it honestly makes sense, because she actually defends him, and he sees that she's actually trying to protect people. But honestly, I feel like that's something this arc could have gone more with, you know? Yeah. Do mod souls or artificial souls have a right to live?
Yeah, I'm saying it's kind of stupid because it's literally like less than 5 minutes later. It's the point I'm getting at.
Yeah, so... I don't know. I feel like I said, they could have done that where it's like, oh, well, you have good mod souls like Kon and Nozomi, but then you have the evil ones like these, and they could have never taken a side on the argument.
Those aren't the evil ones. Kuroto's not here.
Actually, that's a good point.
Totally, Rain.
They wrote those mod souls off the filler arc, which automatically makes this one way better than the others. But alright, so fake Shunsui and Ukitake show up, and time for more silly dialogue, as Yamamoto goes, "You clones again?" And as the fight begins, it's like, "You might be clones, but you fight just like the originals," and wait, haven't I said this to you before already?
Oh
Old man God. Yama, you're stronger than we thought. Haven't you said that to me before already, too?
Oh no. What the
It's like, wait, are we in a time loop?
Oh, you have no idea.
Anyway.
I mean, it's only a matter of time.
Clone Unohana also shows up to take on Yamamoto with her Kido, because I'm sure that's going to work out very well. While Ichigo takes on Clone Ukitake, and okay, it's a unique fight. Ichigo must be very, very mad at Ukitake for some reason, because he seems pissed during this fight. And Nozomi takes on fake Shunsui.
No one's pissed. No one's saying you're
Oh yeah, we didn't mention that. Okay, so when Soifone and all the real ones showed up during the Inaba fight from a few episodes back, when he saw Yoruichi, he goes, "What? Yoruichi?" Like, he was pissed off. Everyone's like, "Ah, Soifone. Ah, Byakuya. Yoruichi." Like, what the fuck? Why is everyone so pissed when she shows up?
Well, in their defense, she is her.
You talking about her legs? Anyway, so Nozomi and Ichigo are struggling against these two when Yamamoto is pinned against the ropes by fake Unohana's Kido, presumably. That's when the real Unohana shows up and it's like, "You're an idiot, clone me." Does that calling myself an idiot? And Yamamoto releases a super powerful blast that nearly kills all the clones. And he nearly caught Nozomi in the blast too, because again, he's racist towards mod souls. And before the clones can do anything to retaliate, Inaba arrives and tells them, like, "Stand back. I'll take care of this." Which, I mean, this arc has a lot of moments that suck dicks, but I do like how the antag's actually doing something and is proactive, like I said.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, Inaba ends up absorbing the powers of Ichigo and Yamamoto with his Zanpakuto. And before unleashing them, though, Nozomi tries taking him on to absorb them. Which, doesn't her sword break here or something?
It's too much power and it breaks.
Which I think you said that you thought it was Byakuya's ability he was using, because it was at the blast color pink.
Yeah, because when he fired it off, it came out like a fucking pink blast. It's like, wait. I'm pretty sure when you combine fire with a black Getsuga, you don't get pink. Tell me I'm wrong.
Maybe you're colorblind, Die, you fool! You don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know, it's still coming out a brighter color than it went in either way.
Anyway. Well, it turns out the blast has a massive explosion. Explodia, can't be. As Yamamoto and Inaba are both caught in the blast and are injured. Yamamoto more than Inaba because now he's out of the fight. What is with Yamamoto being taken out by his own blast? It happened during Aizen when Wonder Weiss exploded, absorbing all the flames or whatever. Now it's happening here.
Because they didn't know what to do.
Well, I guess that's all that could take out Yamamoto, are his own attacks. Anyway, Inaba seems fine though as he starts expositing how him and Nozomi were born from the same Soul Reaper and used to be one being. And then he says, Nozomi, the reason she kept running away from you is because she didn't want to get too attached to anyone in case she were captured. At least that's what I'm guessing. Is that right, Nozomi? Am I wrong? See, I know you because we were one being at one point or some shit.
Keep in mind this exact conversation because it's going to get a lot dumber later.
Yeah. Also, Cone tries attacking him to defend Nozomi. He's like, even though we're both mod souls, you're an inferior model. I bring this up because when they reveal that, when they bring up Inaba being a mod soul again later, they treat it like some sort of swerve plot twist. It's like, what? We already knew this.
Clearly, clearly there wasn't a head writer on these on this thing. Because there's no way you could keep contradicting yourself this much.
Okay, we're at the part, Die. Alright,
no,
I forgot about this. I forgot about this until we got to this episode and I saw it happen. And I had to hold back from laughing the whole scene since you hadn't seen this arc before. So,
oh no.
Inaba tries going for Nozomi and ends up tripping and falling down a hill. Which, you were even saying Soul Reapers falling down a hill is fucking stupid enough as it is.
When they were literally just standing in the air fighting.
Anyway, while this happens, Kon and Nozomi have a heart-to-heart as Nozomi knocks him against a rock or what is she, timed to a rock or something with Keto? Oh, not Keto.
Yeah, not Keto, despite the fact that it was a hard, yeah.
Whatever the fuck. Anyway, Nozomi agrees to go with Inaba because she doesn't want to see anyone get hurt anymore. Alright, so far so good. Inaba shows back up as Ichigo fires one last Getsuga with all the power he has left from behind, killing Inaba. It's like, oh, okay, abrupt ending to the arc, but wait a minute, except Inaba was using a clone the whole time. You see, he planned to fall down the hill, and when he had fallen down the hill, he replaced himself with a clone when he was at the bottom of the hill. What? This is too fucking stupid. What?
You already replaced yourself before and put your mod soul, ripped out your mod soul and shoved it in that new one you created. But no, you had to create a new clone.
Why didn't he? Okay, no, remove the hill part and this could have, I guess, kind of worked if it's like, wait, that was an Inaba clone. He didn't send out his original. It would have been silly, but at least it would have made sense because we've seen he has the ability to do that. But no, they had to go making it full fucking stupid. That's dumber than Aizen. I planned to fall down the hill the whole time. Like, what?
It's okay, guys. You better put your stupid hats on because we're only just getting started.
I kind of love this arc for being this fucking stupid, though, because I can't get mad at it. It's so dumb, it's amazing to me. Because it's like...
It wants you to take it seriously.
Some moments you can, but others like this, it's like, what? This, whatever. Anyway, Ichigo now has none of his powers left as he wakes up at Urahara's. And Kon is wandering around depressed. And, I had to write down this moment because of how fucking stupid it was. So he overhears two ad voices talking of Karen Strassman and Liam O'Brien, because of course. And they're asking, hey, should we invite Yoshi out to karaoke? You all had to reference the Stephanie Shea bout that we hated. Damn it, Ark, why?
You couldn't come up with another name?
I mean, Yoshi's a pretty common name, to be fair.
So common they used it twice in that arc.
They had Yoshi and Yoshino. But yeah, so Cohen's like, shit, I don't know what to do. I want to help Nozomi. She's my ship for this arc. And filler ships always work out in the end.
Right, Ryu?
Fuck you, Cone. Well, as Ichigo's, damn, I want to help even though I don't have powers anymore. Urahara explains you can get your powers back. We're going to have you go into the cleaner to get your reishi from when you were knocked into it in the Precipice world. And then we're going to mimic what Inaba did by invading Squad 12's lab to recreate your abilities. Okay, sounds logical enough, except this is when it gets really fucking stupid and convoluted.
Yeah.
So first, Kon gives Ichigo a good luck charm. What the fuck did he even give him?
It's just that... You know, it was that toy lion that...
Oh yeah, that Nozomi one. Yeah, he gave it to Nozomi when she first saved him from the Hollow all those episodes back.
And she had it hanging off her Zanpakuto toe.
Yeah. Well... So Ichigo goes into the cleaners, or whatever. He's taken to the cleaners in the Precipice world to get his powers back, and sees his past self in the cleaner. This is about to get really dumb, isn't it?
It was only a matter of time.
Okay, so upon getting back, Kon tells Ichigo, he's like, I feel useless. I wasn't any help at all. And Ichigo's like, nonsense. Your good luck charm helped. So, yeah, you did good, Kon. You helped plenty of times. And you gave me a pep talk. I remember the Fade to Black movie? I mean, you helped me there. He did say that last part, but still.
No,
okay.
If we wanted to remember that, we could have been watching that instead.
Well... Okay, so his past self, it turns out that he saw was his... from when Inaba manipulated space of the Precipice world, and his past self, it was the one that got eaten by the fucking cleaner. In the past, you see. And that's how the Ray Guy Army got his Soul Reaper pass before they even arrived at the Soul Society when Ichigo was framed at the start of the arc. And they're not explaining this very well. I've tried to explain it the way they did, and I don't even understand it myself, to be honest.
Channel your inner Blaze Blue.
But Blaze Blue's at least really well written with this shit.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, you see, the difference is this is a filler arc with clearly multiple writers.
They didn't even need the past Ichigo fiasco. I mean, Ichigo did say when he woke up, it's like, I saw a strange Soul Reaper there in the Precipice world. That's weird. Maybe that's how I survived the cleaner, because they kept asking how he survived the cleaner, and I guess it's implied when he was knocked into the precipice, the cleaner ate all of his powers, but not him, because his powers were unstable or something. Whatever. I guess they tried giving an explanation. It's better than just saying, oh, who cares how he survived the cleaner? But yeah, so the reason we find out Inaba is really worried about Ichigo is because he can't control Ichigo's Hollow's abilities, and he's worried about that because he can only manipulate Soul Reaper powers. Which means Chad should theoretically be able to do something against him, since we already established when he went to Hueco Mundo, his powers were derived from hollows.
No, stop. You're trying to put thought into this. Throw that out the window, because we're getting there.
Okay.
We're about to reach maximum stupid.
Well, I think the hill thing was the stupidest this arc got, but we'll see.
Is it, though?
Well, they come up with a plan where Ichigo, Kon, and Urahara, because Kon's like, I'm going with you, I want to see this through, this is my arc, damn it! Agree to go into the Seirei to sneak into Squad 12. While, Rukia, Uryu, and their whole crew will lure out the others by going to the Precipice World front and center. So Clone Hitsugaya and Kendeavor take them on, except Hitsugaya realizes what they're planning right away and the fight gets cucked. Oh, come on! I wanted to see this! Now, I know you all are thinking, what? Clone Hitsugaya and Clone Kendeavor? This is why we were saying, yes, they were possibly killed by Nozomi earlier. It's never really stated if these are different clones or not. Which, I mean, I guess they could be.
Just add a question mark to it.
But, yeah. Anyway, Ichigo and Urahara try using the machine at Squad 12 because they stuck into it to get Ichigo's powers back. But it doesn't work and starts going haywire! Meanwhile, during this, Inaba is enacting the fusion between him and Nozomi so they could become one being at his secret lab. And we get his backstory. Okay, here we go. So the original Inaba was a Soul Reaper named Yushima, who was so weak everyone died. The end. What? Don't shun me for that.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, he was so weak that he was transferred. What squad was he even in? Because he was transferred.
I don't even know if it said.
Yeah, he was transferred to Squad 12, where they're like, we have a good mind, so you'd be better there. So he wanted to create mod souls so he could increase his own power, I guess, by putting his soul into the consciousness of a Ray guy. But the experiment was shut down by Central 46 deep into production, because reasons. I mean, I do understand their reason, to be honest. They think that the mod souls would be too difficult to control if they're more powerful than the Soul Reapers.
Yeah, and here it is, guys. We just out-stupided falling off a cliff. Prepare yourselves.
So he decides to go on with his research in secret, even though it was shut down. Which, by the way, the Central 46 voices were all recycled. Because there was Vic, Derek Stephen Prince was one. Vic Patrick Seitz was another.
Yep.
Anyway. So they're like, what are you doing? You can't do this! As people are trying to break into his lab. This was supposed to be shut down! And it's like, I can't get vengeance now, but my research will be acknowledged in the future, and I'll take revenge on the Seirei. Get in line, buddy. Lots of people want revenge on these guys.
And lots of people have more valid reasons than you.
Anyway, so he uploads his brain to the Mod Soul network, I guess. And that's how we got Inaba, because Inaba and Nozomi were both two halves of his consciousness.
Yep.
So Inaba was the intellect and the impulsiveness, while Nozomi was his more reserved self that thought things through more, I guess. I don't know, whatever. It's all really silly. But yeah, back to Ichigo, the machine exploded, but before it did, Ichigo took out a partial mod soul that was in the machine, because that's how what they were going to do, was basically make a mod soul out of his reishi and then have him eat it. And he ate it anyways, before the machine died. So his powers are back, but they're unstable AF. But before they can celebrate, the clones arrive. As Ichigo and Kon rush on ahead to find Inaba's second laboratory so they can try finding a way to stabilize Ichigo's power. While Urahara agrees to hold them back. But then Yoruichi and the real captains arrive! You guys thought they were deceased, didn't you? Joke's on you! Did anyone actually think all these main characters were dead?
If you even thought that for even a second, go slap your face across the wall.
Well, Yoruichi explains during their last fight, Kukaku and Ganju showed up? Okay, that's a callback I wasn't expecting. Using their fireworks to distract the clones while the real ones escaped and recovered at Kukaku's house.
Remember, guys, if your PC is acting up, just distract it with loud noises.
You know what? Again, I like how they used Ganju and Kukaku. I mean, if the canon material's not gonna fucking use them, at least give them something to do in filler arcs. Anyway. So Urahara rushes on ahead while the real ones take on their clones again in an all-out brawl. As Urahara and Kon are with Ichigo, they're like, Ichigo, you can't walk anymore. Your powers are going haywire. Your Hollow side wants to come out, while your Soul Reaper side is fighting to maintain control. You're gonna have to stay here and do nothing while we go on ahead. And Ichigo's like, shit, man, I'm gonna be useless again?
Yeah, call him Dead White. He really likes that.
Just ask Nero. Well, Urahara and Kon then go back to Squad 12 to sneak into the library or some shit to look up files on Inaba, and that's when they realize, oh, they did actually just say what squad he was in. Yushima used to be in Squad 10, so then they have to go there to find more information. And they find out Yushima was imprisoned at the Maggot's Nest. That's, if you remember, during the Pendulum arc, where Mayuri used to be held. Hey, another cool callback. See, when this arc doesn't suck, it can do some things right, I guess.
It seems like these parts are a different writer.
And yeah, during this whole arc, Inaba was visiting, it was cutting back to him visiting a corpse in a jail cell. This was the corpse, was his original body. Anyway.
The corpse was his brain-dead body the whole time.
Well, upon arriving at the Maggot's Nest, Kon and Urahara take on fake Soifone and fake Marecchio, who's still a muscle clone this time. Again. And they lose to Kon being a distraction, I guess? What even happened during this fight? They chopped hard.
It's the same thing that happens a lot of fights. They didn't want to go through with it, so they cut away, and then the fight was over.
Yeah, because we cut back, and what, did they hit each other or something?
I don't know.
Oh, anyway, they find Yushima, and it turns out he's in a comatose state. But because Inaba, who was injured during his last fight with Yamamoto, went there when he got back, his blood is still there, and it was fresh. So Urahara is able to track him via his blood sample to find the true secret lab, which was in the Precipice world. Okay. Sure. A lot of shit's going on in this.
Make up your fucking mind already.
Why in the Precipice world? How does so much shit go down there without Soul Society knowing? We're gonna exile all of our criminals there. Should we make sure they're not building some sort of secret lab or, you know, have secret data there?
That's not possible.
Anyway, the real Soul Reapers are getting their asses kicked by the clones, which, okay, I'm aiming, but I don't know. I thought this brawl between all of them was entertaining, I guess. Even though it just turns into the clones taking on their originals a lot of the time.
Yep.
Anyway, Kon and Urahara arrive at the secret lab. when a fake Urahara appears. As Urahara tells Kon to rush on ahead while he takes on his clone. And, yeah, during this fight, it is kind of hilarious when Urahara makes a comment saying, "Damn, I'm good. I even impressed myself."
What an asshole.
I mean, didn't you say because of all the fake portable gi guys getting destroyed, they just recycled animation here?
They recycled them getting destroyed 5 times, so them reusing the same animation loop 5 times in a row.
That's a filler arc, it's to be expected, I guess. Well, Kon ends up finding Nozomi. She's like, "Get out of here, I don't want to do this anymore, it's okay." And Kon's like, "No, I'm going to convince you to live. Let's have a pep talk." And he convinces her to she wants to live, man.
I want to live. Live program initiated.
So she decides to tell Kon how to help Ichigo get his Reishi back, or stabilize it, so he's plugging a device that has Ichigo's Reishi stored into the computer, while also messing with levers to free her. But then fake Nemu shows up and attacks Kon from behind. Oh yeah, wasn't it fake Nemu and fake Nanao that were managing the fusion between Inaba and Nozomi? I get fake Nemu, but why fake Nanao?
Yes.
Alright. Anyway, Ichigo, then we pair back to him, and he's gone hollow-fied. Not the super hollow, though. Just the normal lizard hollow form that he had before.
Lizard wizard?
The lizard wizard, exactly. As he takes on normal Soul Reaper guards, and does he kill them?
Probably.
Well, anyway, he then takes on Clone Nanao and makes her scared shitless. But
yes, clearly having the person there without the Zanpakuto was a brilliant call.
Yeah, what the fuck is her Zanpakuto? We keep asking that.
I do not think she has one.
Then how the hell is she a lieutenant? Oh, it's because Shunsi thinks she's hot, isn't it? I get it. That actually checks out for him. What? Tell me I'm wrong.
Please, you're gonna ask that with the shoulder lolly over there that just sits there and watches?
Well, Kenpachi can do whatever the hell he wants, as can Kendeavor. Anyway. Well, before Hollow Ichigo can kill Clone Nanao, Merged Inaba shows up, and is Cam Clark doing a voice? Oh yeah, we didn't mention this. He's doing a much different voice for his younger self, because he's in the original body now.
Yeah, it's pretty much the voice you hear him do everywhere else.
Except Liquid Snake.
No, that was more of the other one. What?
Yeah. Anyway, he takes on Hollow Ichigo. Now we cut back to the clones, where Clone Unohana cuts off Mayuri's arm. Added to the counter. And yeah, she basically murks him and makes him turn into goo. And it's about to get really silly. Also, am I the only one who thought Clone Unohara's voice sounded a lot like his Genichi Maru voice?
He's probably trying to do that just to make it sound different.
Yeah. Anyway, before Inaba can kill off Ichigo, because, yeah, Clone Ichigo didn't stand a chance against the full-powered Inaba, Rukia, Renji, and everyone else arrive.
Did you say Clone Ichigo?
I don't know why I said that. There's so many words, clone, man! The clones!
It took me a second to realize. I was like, wait, what? Did you...
But Inaba explains how he has his own powers and Nozomi's, so his Zanpakuto is fully stabilized, which I mean,
so your plans are even dumber now, because your whole wanting to capture Nozomi no matter the cost wouldn't have worked if she didn't activate her Zanpakuto.
I guess, unless it would have activated regardless once they merge. It's not really clear. Anyway.
Well, until that point, she was just a mod soul. Then she's like, guess I'm a Soul Reaper now.
Well, I guess the Ray guys were created to mimic Soul Reapers, so... whatever. But yeah, so Ikkaku, Yumichika show up to help the real ones fight the clones, while Rukia, Renji, Uryu, and Chad show up to help Ichigo. Which Ichigo gains control of his powers! After hearing Nozomi's voice calling out to him, because Nakama abilities...
It's because he grabs his sword. Wolf, and he...
Do you want to grab Cam Clark's sword?
Do you want to live inside his Zanpakuto?
Well, while Ichigo's recovering, Renji, Uryu, Chad, and Rukia all defend him, which... Okay, to be honest, this is the only time we get to see Ichigo and all of his friends working together against the main antag of something. So, we gotta give this arc credit for that. I mean, hey, we get Uryu using the Spranga technique, or a variation of it, on Inaba.
And unlike the Uehara fight, they tried with the animation on this.
Well, I think they had to, since it was basically we're at the climax. But yeah. So, they basically tried using Spranga and a different variation of it without making it explode. That would basically absorb all of his spiritual pressure from a wound on his back that Uryu gave him earlier in the fight. So that way it would separate him from Nozomi. But it doesn't work. Inaba's able to counter it because he's just...
Because he planned on Uryu planning on that.
Or he said he had a contingency plan. Also, what the fuck is with Inaba's dialogue being mostly laughter in the back half of this arc? Is he trying to be a fucking One Piece villain?
A One Piece character is more like it. Am I right?
Well, Inaba goes on saying, I didn't need to rely on anyone. You keep going on about friendship. Friends, don't make me laugh, which he says like 5 times.
You have a complex of never having friends. Good thing we established that.
Anyway, Ichigo calls Inaba an idiot for saying, you claim you didn't do a thing on your own. You're a dumbass. What do you call your clone army? You said you needed Nozomi's abilities to give you this awesome power. Yet you say you got all this on your own. You're full of shit. Denial also, isn't just a river in Egypt.
Also, Nozomi was distanced toward them because he had a friend complex. Because that's the reason now.
Whatever. So, Inaba is like, oh shit, the fusion is starting to wear off. Nemu, bring me fusion stabilizer. And that's when they realize, oh hey, that means that there's hope. The fusion's not complete yet. And okay, we are at one of the silliest moments that is hilarious in every way. So Nemu arrives and then betrays him because Nemu has Kone's voice.
So, are you ready for your favorite part of the arc? Stuff happening off screen because we got bored and didn't want to show the conclusions to stuff.
Okay, but hold on. So just, if you're a Nemu fan, just imagine Nemu voiced by Quentin Flynn. I'm sorry. It's just too stupid. Okay, so we cut back to what happened. When Mayuri lost to Unohana, he liquefied, and found Inaba's lab in his liquefied state and reformed. And he helped Unohana kill his clone.
And this is all told through still images, by the way.
Yeah. Because, you know, we didn't want to see that or anything. Damn it, the Zanpakuto Toe arc started doing this shit too near the end, remember? Starting to notice a pattern with these filler arcs. Anyway, so they then got into the lab and they took fake Nemu and removed her mod soul and swapped it out with clones. Cones. Shut up.
That's twice.
Clone. It's a bit of tongue twister, I guess. Anyway, so that's how we're here now. But if that's the case, couldn't they just find something that would separate the fusion in the lab? Like, couldn't Mayuri come up with some concoction that would reverse engineer it?
What are you trying to put logic into this? The man uploaded his mind on the internet. Good thing he wasn't using dial-up.
Well, we cut back to the clones brawl with the Soul Reapers, as everyone's having trouble picking one off. It seems to be a stalemate. When Hitsugaya and friends point out to the clones, you guys took your personalities from Inaba. Think about it. We're fighting as a group while you all are trying to fight individually. Because you all are lonely or something.
Yeah, sure.
Anyway, while they're doing that, Ichigo ends up going Bankai, as his friends and him take on Inaba in a final climactic battle, which... Ken, why is this the only arc where we get to see them all work together like this? We were complaining about this during the Bound arc, saying it was set up with Uryu and Ichigo needing to take on Karya together, but that didn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, that probably would have happened if Uryu actually had his power. I mean, Uryu was responsible for Karya dying, at least.
Well, it was also Rantau, because remember, she stabbed him with the thing, so he couldn't heal. But anyways, we're getting off topic. So... Ichigo ends up using, does he use the black Getsuga against him? Or just a normal Getsuga in his Bankai?
Yeah. It's, when he's in his Bankai, it's always a black Getsuga. Okay,
because they were saying, like, oh, your hollow powers are what Inaba fears, which is why you don't go Visored, you only go Bankai.
Yeah. Well, you see, he does go Visored, at least in Inaba's mind, because there's scenes of him with the mask on and him being scared of it.
Oh! Hollows! Get him off me! Get him off me!
Every time he was acting like that's what when it was showing Ichigo with the mask on, despite not having the mask on, because you didn't hear the filter at all, did you?
No. Anyway, so Inaba loses, and he's like, I'm not done yet. I'm gonna take this Soul Society and blow it up with me! As I self-destruct, because he's absorbing all the Reishin in the air of everything in the Seirei. And, yeah. During the fight with the clones and the real ones, the clones are like, we're going to demonstrate that we were created to protect the Seirei. Even if we wanted to be the real ones, we'll show you that we are genuine. By flying into Inaba and exploding?
They don't...
What the fuck even... I don't even... What?
Question mark.
Don't they... What the fuck do they even explode into?
All that's shown is that as a mushroom caught at the top of the hill. Afterwards.
Well, anyways, all the clones fly into him, and Inaba's like, no! Don't do this! You're not ruining my plans! No! So, I guess all the clones are dead. Sure. You know what? At the very least, it does make sense for them to, like, we're gonna prove we're the genuine article and go out like this. Defending the Seirei.
We had to get rid of them somehow. We didn't feel like having...
Okay, it's a better way to handle it than the rest of the shit we've been getting, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because it at least makes it come full circle with them.
I could have just taken them out off screen, like the rest of this arc has been doing.
Anyways, after that, Ichigo and Inaba have a final clash, with Inaba dying as he realizes he was wrong. He never wanted to be alone the whole time. He's just an idiot.
Yeah, it's good to think that, no, this was always a part of his character and wasn't just added in the last 5 episodes. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I think I preferred his first motivation of just wanting to prove he's the
Yeah, like
smartest.
I may have said Cardio's motivations may have been iffy at times, but no.
Yeah, his
Inaba
first
is a way
motivation, yeah, with Inaba, his first motivation of he wanted to prove he was smartest. I would have been fine with that. Like, okay, you know, he didn't need a complex backstory or whatever. Sometimes a person is just a dick. That's kind of normal.
Yeah, he was, and he was clearly shown being a dick in his flashbacks.
Well,
and that's why no one wanted anything to do with him.
Conan ends up having a final talk with Nozomi, where she says she wants to go on to the next life because it's her time, so she can be with Inaba to make sure he's not lonely. But you guys are in the Soul Society, which is basically the next life. What would going to the next life after that be? Reincarnating in the world of the living? What does that even mean for a mod soul? Do mod souls reincarnate?
Reincarnated as a mod soul. The next Isekai.
You know what? Don't give them any ideas. And of course, she's like, do you hear what my heart is trying to tell you, Cody's like, hold my head up to your breast and maybe I will. And she, of course, goes, you're just a pervert, aren't you? He says, of course, I can't help it if I like you. You're my ship for the arc. I don't want to be like Uryu.
Well, too bad. Your ship was in a filler arc. You're doomed.
Oh yeah, also Cone lost an arm during this portion too.
So if you want to count teddy bear or lion stuffed animal arms.
Yeah. Anyway, Cone and Nozomi part ways as Cone lost the love of his life. Can mod souls reproduce, though, is the question I'm asking at the end of the day.
No, they're just pills. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, but they're pills inside humanoid bodies. Can they make a baby?
No, they just turn into robots when it's over.
So does that mean Nozomi's a toaster?
Probably.
Oh.
I mean, she was uploaded to the internet.
The waifu bot 9000. I understand. Okay. So, yeah, that's the end of that, because now we've got a canon episode. Yes, really. Everything I looked up...
Yeah.
Everything I looked up says this is canon.
Yeah, so... You know all of this arc, pretend it didn't happen, because that's what this canon episode does, except for like one line of dialogue.
Yeah. So Ichigo is slowly losing his powers in the world of the living, and Rukia is there helping him take on Hollows as long as she can, till he fully loses his powers. In fact, a Hollow they're fighting loses 2 arms. And yeah, we see Ichigo trying to maintain his school life, but is also still wanting to be a Soul Reaper. He hasn't fully come to terms yet, man. But, yeah. We have Rukia thinking to herself, ever since he used Reigai technology to get his powers back, his powers have been unstable, and now he's losing them, and this time it'll be permanent. There's your one mention of the arc happening. Which, hey, to be honest...
Not a single mention of the zombie or anything.
Yeah, in fact... What's up?
In fact, they just die on top of that hill, and then we just go to this episode.
Please tell me it wasn't Syokyoku Hill that they died on. I just realized that. You know, Rukia's execution site.
I'm pretty sure it might have been.
That place has seen more action than a hooker.
Yeah, it's like, Cardia fought there, I'll do it too.
Oh hey, Tsukasa fought there in the Diamond Dust Rebellion movie. I'll do it too. Or Kusaka.
What other hill is there in fucking Soul Society?
I don't know. Anyway. So, yeah, they decide to all have a gathering at the ice skating ring with Rukia. Then it's the ice scene, I guess. And, I mean, Keigo is being his Yosuke self. Of course.
As a Yosuke would do.
Also, Cone is peeking his head out of Ichigo's backpack, and Julianne Taylor commenting on it.
Yeah.
Damn it, Studiopolis! Be hilarious if Cone had, like, some sort of PTSD, like, I recognize that voice.
Yeah, and why are her shoes so dirty?
Anyway. So Ichigo's talking to Rukia about cherry blossoms, and he says, you know, if your brother were here, he could make cherry blossoms whatever we asked. And Rukia goes, what, is my brother some kind of genie to you? That is a very interesting callback, which also I found out those episodes were filler, not omakes. Just surprising.
Well, that would explain the random person dreaming about them.
Those fillers were still amazing, though. But yeah. Anyway, after this scene, Rukia had a talk with Ukitake on her soul phone about how Ukitake's like, you can't let him fight anymore. It's dangerous! And Rukia's like, oh, I know. But then, they can't do anything about that because a hollow is being sensed as Ichigo rushes off to fight it. And Rukia goes with him as they decide to take on this one last hollow together.
Yeah, and then Ichigo can do nothing for it, so she asks Rukia if she could stop its legs for him.
You just called Ichigo a she! You misgendered him, you monster! Yeah, so she decides to take out its legs for him to help him out, because she's like, we're friends, Ichigo! You're never gonna be useless! And Ichigo's like, this is the final one. My last Getsuga, except I did the final Getsuga against Aizen, so that makes this Getsuga redundant by calling it the final Getsuga. Shut up!
He said the last Getsuga.
It's completely different. And he ends up taking out the hollow. He then passes out because it's at stage 2, as Urahara said, where he's losing his powers completely this time. And upon waking up, he realizes he can't sense spirits anymore, he can't see ghosts, and even his notice of Rukia is starting to fade. As him and Rukia have a final farewell, and Rukia says, don't worry, we're always gonna be friends. And hell, I mean, maybe you'll get your powers back someday, Ichigo. I don't know, what do you guys think? We still have another full arc left, and also there's another season of Bleach coming in a year or so.
Yeah, someday Ichigo's gonna get stabbed.
With love. Possibly, I don't know. Maybe he'll get his powers back another way. Maybe he won't get his powers back and it'll be a slice of life. Definitely. It's gonna be a slice of life for the rest of the franchise.
So it's just gonna be this episode for the rest of the franchise.
Yeah. The day-to-day life of Ichigo. Anyway. Ichigo thanks Rukia as she fades away from his vision. And the episode preview has Cone saying, wait, that means Ichigo can't notice me anymore because, well, he can't acknowledge anything with spiritual pressure. Where am I gonna go now? And Chad and Uryu argue over who Cone should go live with Chad wanting to give him a hug, because remember, Chad does love cute things. A callback to something from over 330 episodes ago. You know, with the cockatiel thing. And Uryu said, no, he's gonna live with me. I got new designs for him. I'm gonna give him a cape. He didn't say that last part, but how much you want to bet he was gonna give him a cape?
Well, too bad for you, Ryu, that he's already had a cape, and all those in the transition to Illustrated Guide to Soul Rebirth.
What about Kartaku Riser?
Yeah, he has one there too.
Okay. Anyways, that's the end of the Invading Army clone arc, and fuck, this arc was silly as hell. I mean, it had really good moments. It genuinely did. But then it had moments that were just so... Like, you're thinking to yourself, why?
It's because Nozomi was distant because she doesn't like friends.
Because Inaba didn't, because they were of one consciousness. Except he said a few episodes earlier she didn't want to get attached to anyone in case she was captured. What the fuck, show? Pick a reason and stick with it.
Except he just wanted to capture at whatever cost, but apparently he needed her to release her Zanpakuto so he can combine hers with his other Zanpakuto to create his super Zanpakuto.
Actually, what the fuck weapon does he even use?
He just uses the... It's the same... It's the same one, except it has both powers.
I mean, sure. Yeah, and I mean, honestly, like we said, at least we got a final fight with Ichigo and his friends all having to work together for once. Ikaku versus Kendeavor was definitely a cool moment.
Wonder how many people are going to be confused of why we're calling him Kendeavor.
We explained at the beginning of this one.
No, people don't know that he voices...
Yeah, I mentioned at the beginning, saying he voices Endeavor in My Hero. Patrick Seitz does. Anyways... Yeah, so, I mean, at least this arc had a really good ending with that canonical episode. Does that count? I mean, it's listed as part of this arc.
It's really not. So not counting that, this arc just abruptly ends.
Yeah.
It just ends. Like, Nozomi's dead, so is the arc, fuck you.
They could have had more mention of it with Kon being a little depressed in the episode, like, man, I miss Nozomi. And then Rukia saying, oh, if you're wondering why I'm the only Soul Reaper here. Oh yeah, Kurumadani was in this episode too, you know, Afro Man. He was in the final episode yelling at Ichigo to stop getting in the way. Because Ichigo kept showing up to holo scenes. So I guess that was the thing.
She kept calling him the wrong name.
Yeah. Kurumadani. I never thought I would remember his name by the time we got done with this retrospective, so that's something.
Well, he says it enough.
But yeah.
So many times as they say Inaba.
Well, they say Kagerosa, I just call him Inaba because it's easier.
Yeah. How many times do they say Kagerosa, you may ask?
Quite a lot.
Probably, if I'd estimate, I'd probably say at least 40 or higher.
Yeah. So this arc, it's okay. I don't think it's worthless. In fact, I enjoyed it a hell of a lot more than the new Captain arc. And if you're going to ask, what about the Sword Beast arc? Well, then fuck you. That arc had no enjoyment.
I mean, at the very least, if you do want to end up skipping it because it just ends like that, just watch the final battle. Then they go all out on the animation for it because it's like that's ending anyways. Might as well try after that.
Like I said, I like some of the fights, like Byakuya versus Hitsugaya, Kuma versus Soifone.
My problem is the clones just kept coming back, and
you asked for it. You can't get mad. You're like, why didn't we call Momo twice? The fuck? you got your wish.
Yeah, but I didn't want Yamamoto versus those three twice. and them repeating the dialogue that badly.
Like I said, I don't know if that's dub only or not. Because if it is, that is silly. Oh yeah, the ADR director for this arc was also Susan Goldish, or the Goldfish as we call them. So...
Yeah, and we'll find out in the next set if she continues to do it for the rest of the series. Which at this rate, probably.
Well... Anyways... This arc had good moments, had really dumb moments. I still enjoy it though. And I guess now it's time we rank the filler arcs. I mean, real quick though, they did do a good job making Nozomi an actual character in the second half. Even if they kept fucking up her motivations with Inaba, constantly trying to exposit her shit.
I'm gonna exposit for you because I am you, kind of.
Yeah, like, again, don't worry, Kon, you weren't made by him, because I am the first mod soul. So does that mean you made the mod souls then and you created Kon? That's what you're implying with that statement.
Question mark.
More frustrated because this arc actually started cool, and then, yeah, outside of Ichigo's Gary Stu moment. Okay, so yes, the best filler arc, hands down, honestly, is to be the Bound arc.
We may have had problems with it, but it was at least consistent.
Yeah, and the Bounce had unique abilities, were interesting antags. Koga.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of hard to lose if you have Koga.
And it also added more with Ichigo struggling against his inner hollow, so we got to see more moments of that, so that way it felt more gradual as it progressed.
Yeah. The negatives are Yoshi and Ichino's being a total bitch.
Yeah,
to
but
a
hey,
frustrating degree.
The royal penis is clean, your highness. He said that to Claudia every episode.
It had to be carried on the back of Coke.
But yeah. Not to mention the arc was referenced going forward as well, and when Ichigo fought his inner hollow.
Which makes it the only one, because I don't think we're ever going to reference this one again, outside of those 2 lines of dialogue.
At least it was something. In second place, honestly, it's a toss-up between that or the Ray Guy arc and the Zanpakuto arc, because the Zanpakuto Rebellion arc also had issues near the end. Yeah. Oh, hey, I'm Koga Kuchiki. Now I'm the main villain of the arc.
Get the fuck out of here. You're not the real Koga.
And Byakuya decided to go undercover and incognito because... And he didn't tell anybody. Why?
Yeah.
He didn't think he could tell Rukia and Renji, basically saying, keep this from everyone else, but I'm going incognito. No! Also, he broke Rukia's Zanpakuto in that arc. Did he even know that he could possibly restore it? Because if not, then he just robbed his own sister of the ability to be a Soul Reaper. Or potentially. So yeah, again, the Zanpakuto Rebellion arc has problems just like this one, but it also has really good moments that I think work too.
Well, we also established with him that still does kind of make sense, even if it did rob her for Zanpakuto, because he doesn't want to go on those dangerous assignments anyways.
Yeah, that's true. So I guess it works for him, kind of.
Kind of. If
he is a dick.
And pretend a little bit.
Well, it just means Byakuya is a dick. Anyway. So yeah, I think both of them are kind of tied because they both have silliness. And honestly, I think, I don't know, Inuba's and Antag started off alright. Some of the clone fights are okay. Just like some of the Zanpakuto fights. And both arcs are conveniently 26 episodes apiece, so they're the same length.
But one of them has the unnecessary arc stapled on top of it.
Well, before that, though, third place is going to the new Captain Amagai arc.
Due to the fact that the other ones in question are worse.
Oh, they are way worse. They're unquestionably so. But yeah, so the Amagai arc, well... There's a reason we kept mentioning the stapler. This arc was all over the fucking place, especially in the back half.
Yeah. I mean, the good moments were Izuru.
Yeah, it gave much needed character to him. But then Amagai's constant...
Why with screen time like that, he's probably one of the more popular lieutenants. I didn't have to babysit a baby and be a Zanpakuto. Was that? Wait, what?
We're getting there. Anyway, so yeah, the Amagai arc is the third. After that, if you want to count it as a mini arc, it's the Arrancar Rebellion. Mainly because of the wasted potential here.
Yeah.
You know, with the JB Blanc role, you said sounds kind of like Ghostface. when they tried stealing the Hyogoku from Aizen.
Sound like Ghostface if he wanted to.
Yeah, when he tried stealing the Hyogoku, it's like, okay, Renji got a cool fight, I guess, but this arc also gave us Kuroto again. And on top of that, the other Hollows lost off screen that he partnered with. This could have been something cool, like an Arrancar Civil War. We could have gotten this instead of the damn Amagai arc.
Especially with how much you people kept catching up and needing to do more filler, it would have gave at least more leeway in the long run.
Okay. And next, for me, honestly, is the Mod Soul arc. I know, it's not in last place, because you all know it's in last place for me. And I have my reasons. So the Mod Soul arc is pretty shit. But it does have some hilarious comedic moments and gave us the Ichigo Renji being brothers joke that we keep referring to.
Is it because the next arc literally gives nothing except a baby?
Exactly. I mean, the Matsu arc also had Orihime thinking back and being even slightly jealous of Rukia because Rukia still had her brother while she doesn't. Again, why didn't you guys ever expand on that? That could have actually worked.
Kuroto. Lyrian.
Anyway. In last place is the fucking Sword Beast arc that was tacked on like a tumor to the Zanpakuto Rebellion.
Yes, it is a separate arc. We just had to cover them as the same arc for the sake of the videos.
Okay, so the Sword Beast arc, because keep in mind, the Zanpakuto Rebellion arc ended conclusively with the swords returning to their normal forms, but then that's retconned an episode later because they realized, oh shit, we still don't have enough manga to do. I want you all to realize my hate for this arc, man. So just place it all the way back in 2012, when the Zanpakuto Rebellion arc was airing, you kept hearing from everyone around you that had seen the show in Weebanese or read the manga how awesome the Espada fights were, with Ichigo and Ukiura, etc. And you had to sit through this shitty fucking thing to get to it. It's like, okay, Zanpakuto Rebellion arc's over. Cool, that was nice, but now I can't wait to see the Espada fight. There's another 10 episodes of filler. And it was Kazushini taking care of a baby. And other stupid shit like that. And Hinako falling in love with a sword beast.
Episodes all written by executive suits that pull generic things out of a hat and think it's good writing.
Yeah, for fuck's sake. That's the other reason that's lower than the Mod Soul arc. The Mod Soul arc is only 5 episodes. This is 10. And at least the Mod Soul arc led into a major event with the bounce. This was literally nothing.
The only filler arc that people look back on fondly. Because I got to skip most of these filler arcs, and you're like, hey, you should catch up for the finale.
Anyway. So yeah, let us know what you think of this, of the rest of the Reikai arc and how silly you thought it was. I'm gonna go fall down a hill on purpose because I planned it. And then I will upload my mind to the internet.
Yeah. And the positive on this arc is we didn't have Travis again.
Well, we kind of did. He was that Squad 12 guy reprising his role.
That was a reprisal.
Yeah, Cam Clark, honestly, yeah, you know what, I'll give MVP this time to Cam Clark, because he had to sell this role as best he could, and you know he did everything he could for this side of the arc.
Yeah.
Especially because he changed his voice completely when he was in his younger form.
Which is the typical voice you've heard him do, like, everywhere else.
Which I have to ask, why was his Mod Soul body much older? Do Mod Souls age?
Well, not really, because the Ray guys take on the form of your pill.
So he purposely made his pill much older than himself?
So that's the personality and physical form his Mod Soul has chosen.
Oh yeah, that's why Maurecchio decided to become muscular. And like we were saying earlier with this arc, I don't know, it could have honestly gone into the debate, do mod souls deserve life, etc. Like, is an artificial soul still real? Because we see Cone, and we know he's cool, but then you see the other mod souls that are all dicks, and we all know Kuroto deserves death.
Well, we all know that doesn't matter at the end, because they're all gonna fly into a nuke and die. Wait, what?
That is basically what happened. Anyway, we're aside. So I don't know. So what you thought of the Raid Guy arc, and if you agree with our listings of the filler arcs. Like I said, this arc had some fun moments. I don't regret watching it. It's definitely better than the Amagai arc. Because that arc frustrated me at points. I mean, you underrated me. And before anyone asks, yes, we know underrated is a phrase, but it's when you say you've underrated me, it sounds really weird. It's like saying, dude, this game is underrated. It's not the same thing. At least I don't think it is.
Yeah.
And no, this arc, this side didn't have any silly dubisms, unless you want to count the weird scripting that's potentially there, of Rukia saying, her brother would never say that.
Who knows, really?
Okay, Dai, we've held it off long enough. You know what's next.
The arc you made me skip literally most things for to get to. Saying, watch it with me on Toonami. It'll be fun. You can watch everything else later, he said.
Okay, so for the sake of our sanity, next is the Fullbring arc, which is 24 episodes, and we're breaking it in half because otherwise I would go crazy. You all will see if you haven't already. And I know some of you out there that have already seen the arc are snickering to yourselves. Fuck you.
Fuck you, we've already seen it before. We know. He's just in denial.
So next time will be 343 to 354, the first half of the Fullbring arc.
And guess what time it is?
Honestly...
Travis time.
Oh yeah, we do get Travis, don't we? That's the one thing we'll tease you with.
Yeah. Don't get your shoes too dirty.
Anyway, you'll understand the running joke why he's saying that. I don't remember the first half being as stupid, though. Maybe it's not as bad as we remember. I'm being optimistic. It's been 7 years since I've seen this arc, alright?
Yeah.
I'm hoping for the best.
That's an awfully big teddy bear.
Cone? I thought he was a lion.
Oh, you thought I was talking about Cone. Well, anyways.
Anyways, we dragged this on long enough. So that's what we thought. Hope you all have a good day and enjoy this, etc. Thank you all for watching, and I guess we'll be back next time with the Fullbring arc. The first half. And what a half it's going to be.
It's not half the arc it used to be.
Till next time, guys. Ichimaru!